Hey, this is Jake from Gadabout. So I know everybody's bummed they're stuck at home with a stay-at-home order, but I'm going to give you guys something quick and easy to cook that you're going to love. You can freeze. It's going to be super easy for you to make. And we need about 7 medium potatoes, about 2.5 pounds. 2 onions cut up medium dice. Don't worry if they're not perfect. We're going to puree everything. This is about 6 cloves of garlic just chopped up, about 2 tablespoons. We're going to need some butter, blender, cooking oil, a pot with a lid, and a spoon. Let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pan heated on medium heat. While that's heating up, I'm going to get everything close to the stove so it's easy to use. Alright, while everything's starting to heat up, I'm going to start cutting up these potatoes. Like I said, everything's going to be just pureed at the end, so don't worry about if you're not that great with a knife. I know some people are a little bit uncomfortable. Don't worry about it. These potatoes here are just washed really well. I'm not too concerned about the skin. Like I said, we're going to puree it, and there's a lot of good vitamins in there. So I don't want anybody to be short on stuff that they need in this time that everybody needs as much as they can get. If you get any potatoes with these bad spots like this, just go ahead and cut that part away. Like I said, nothing's going to be a pretty cut here, so don't worry about if you're not getting perfect dices after you get little bad bits out like that. So our pan's coming up to medium heat here. Go ahead and add in a little bit of cooking oil. Say about 2 tablespoons total. Give that a swirl around. Alright, you'll see just a little shimmer in the bottom of the pot. That's when you know it's hot enough to start getting going. We're going to start with our onions. You want to hear that nice sound when you first throw it in there. Give those a stir, coat them up with just a little bit of that oil. Give everything just a pinch of salt, because everything cooks just a little bit better. It's got a little presence of salt, helps bring out all those flavors. You want to try to build as much as you can with some little ingredients here. Alright, I'm going to cover that. I'm going to turn it down to low. Like I said, this is a super versatile thing. You can take this base and you can freeze it. And once you thaw it out, you can add a little bit of cream. You can add a little bit of chicken stock. You can make this vegan actually if you want to. We don't have to use butter at all. We can just do everything with oil and a little bit of water or vegetable stock. But you can add whatever you want to this base and it comes out pretty good. It's a nice base for the kind of do-it-yourself chowder based on whatever you've got left over in your fridge. You know, take a little bit of roasted broccoli, take a little bit of maybe a baked potato, dice it up, throw it in there, a can of peas or some frozen corn, whatever you got. Heat it up, throw it in there, and you'll have a nice little soup for dinner, just based on whatever you have in your freezer. Back over here, you see everything just starting to sweat up. I'm going to turn that heat up just a little bit again. Like I said, we're not really looking for color, we're just looking to sweat the flavor down and really concentrate that flavor down. I don't want to add any pepper yet, I just want to add the salt. Like I said, keep it just helping to bring out all those flavors. Don't forget to have your drink while you're cooking, you deserve it. So like I said, this can be made vegetarian or vegan, whatever you got. So I'm going to use some chicken stock here, some chicken broth, whatever you have. But like I said, you could easily just use some vegetable stock, you could use water if you wanted to. You know, not everybody has everything lying around. At its base, you really only need 3 things to make this really good. You hear those onions keep on going over here. Cover them up, let them steam for a little while longer before I add the garlic in. Alright. That onion smells like real nice, starting to come out. I'm going to throw in this garlic. So like I said, this is a super easy, versatile soup to keep frozen. I like to keep it as a base for other things. So whatever you can think of to add to it, let us know. These are great things to share with each other nowadays. This is also a great way to use your leftovers. We shouldn't just be eating everything we make every day. We should try to be making our food last. So let's see what we can add to it, what we can stretch it with. Coming into the spring months here, we can add some peas into it, make it a nice, spring pea soup here. Whatever you want. Alright, so you start to get just a little bit of color on our onions and garlic. I'm going to go ahead and add the butter. Let's give you guys a shot here. There's about 3 tablespoons of butter in here now. It seems like a lot, but in the fact that you're going to make a base out of this, it's a good thing to really have it be nice and rich, because you don't want it to lack in flavor at the end of the day when you're trying to stretch it out. You'd rather it be nice and rich up front. So get that butter melted around nice in there. And like I said, you could easily just be using a little bit more vegetable shortening or oil or whatever you want if you wanted to make this vegan, or whatever butter substitute you have, Earth Balance, whatnot. That's really up to you guys. Like I said, I'm just using butter here because I like that nice richness for what's going to be later a base, just nice dinners. And cover that up. Leave it on warm for about, maybe 2 more minutes. Everything's starting to soften up here. Go ahead and add our potatoes in now. Stir these, coat these with all that nice butter and onion. Alright, like I said, I'm going to give these a real heavy pinch of salt, because these are potatoes, they're going to drink salt. It's okay if you make this just a little bit too salty. So like I said, it's going to be a base for things. You're going to stretch it out. Very easy just to add a little bit more salt later if it's not salty enough. But if it's just a little salty, don't worry about it. Like I said, we're going to make a nice thick soup, so if you want to just add some milk, almond milk, cream, more vegetable stock, whatever you may have. Alright, I would like mine with a little bit of heat, so I'm going to add some chili flake into it. I'm also going to season with black pepper. A little bit more salt on there. I know it seems like a lot, but don't worry about it. Potatoes drink salt. You'll see at the end of the day here. Alright. These are all coated up nicely. Let that steam down. I'm going to come back in about 3 minutes, add in all my liquids, and I'll show you how far to add the liquids up into the pot here so that you know just how much to add in. I'm going to think it's about 3 cups, but we'll see. I might be wrong. Alright, about 4 minutes now. I'll show you where we're at. So you'll see as I stir it, there's little bits that are just starting to stick on the bottom here. That's perfect. Just take your wooden spoon, scrape up all those good bits. I'm going to add in my stock. Like I said, this is about 3 cups. I said we'll see where we're going. That should be just about perfect. Give this just a preliminary taste, see if it has enough salt. I think we'll be good. Take this to medium-high, cover it up. We're going to wait till it comes up to a boil. Then we're going to turn it down. And then we're just going to let it simmer. Let's see where we're at. Alright, so you see just a gentle little simmer going on in there, just little bubbles going around. You simmer everything till it's tender. You see some of the potatoes are starting to break up. The rest of them here just barely smashing on the side. That's how you know that they're fully cooked. I'm going to take that, it's going to be ready. I'm actually going to take everything out of the pot and I'm going to put it into this container before I blend it, because I find it's a little easier to pour out something with a little spout here. Make sure to pour away from yourself so you don't steam into your face. You don't splash anything onto yourself. Also going to grab a rubber spatula for the blender. I need a ladle to make my life easier to get everything into here. If you don't have a ladle, go ahead and just use a coffee cup, or you can gently pour into your blender. If you don't have a blender, you can use a food processor if you have one of those, maybe even a food mill. Food mills work great for this. So as you can see in the blender, it's very thick. Not really what you want to have for potato soup, but like I said, this is a base. So this is going to be great for later when you reheat this with any sort of stock or cream. But that thickness is going to really help to give you some body. And take this now, check the seasoning on it. Like I said, it should just be a little salty, so this is going to be a base. This tastes great. I'm going to actually take this now, and because it's in this metal pot, I'm going to make a little ice bath in my sink. I'm going to plug my sink up, make a pretty heavy mixture of ice and water, cool it down there really quick, put it into small containers and freeze for a later date. Or like I said, because you're right in this pot here, if you want to make this for your family right now, you can just add some more stock, or some cream, whatever else you had. Like I said, this is just a great cheap potato soup base you can freeze. So I hope you guys are doing well during this quarantine. Ask for anything else in the comments or on our page if you want to see me make something else, that'd be cool.